Shalom.
We the Hebrew Israelites, we come out here every weekend to preach the good news, the tidings for our people, okay? The Native Americans, so-called Native American, the indigenous people, the so-called Negro, the so-called Latin Hispanic people, okay? That's why we're here. On the highways and byways, you have all the men that come out here dedicated to give you service, to let you know your identity and let you know who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ came for Israel and Israel only. All right? So we want to start giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, okay? And respect and charity to all you soldiers that's out there on the highway and byway, putting your
That's at the battlefield.
That's in the battlefield. Keep it simple.
At the battlefield.
In the battlefield.
That's preaching His word through sincerity and the truth, without hypocrisy, without respect of persons, throughout the four corners of the earth, the sincere ones.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But any camp, really, any
camp
that's out there. If you out there, you out there, man, in the battlefield. You know.
And the whole thing about this is to make Yahweh Shah your truth. To make Yahweh Shah your truth. All right? Not what another man tell you, not what another man thinks it may be. You have to make a relationship with Yahweh Shah for yourself. You can't always be a little baby sucking on the titties and just drinking milk. Eventually you have to come to grow and learn to eat the vegetables and the meat.
Right.
Okay? That's requiring a personal relationship, a one-on-one spiritual thing with Yahweh Shah. You and him. Because what another man does is not going to get you salvation. It's your personal relationship with Yahweh Shah that might get you salvation. Understand that. Okay? Now, give me those two books right there. And show them the people. Today we're going to go into the church in Israel. Okay?
This red book is called the Dictionary of the Bible, the Revised Edition, great and rolling. It's a very good book to get.
That's in our archive that we keep.
We got a library too, you know. You know what I'm saying? This is the Dictionary of the Bible. All right? You know what I'm saying? Okay. Now the Strong.
The Strong.
And then we got, this is deeper than the blue letter. Because the blue letter could go off, so. But this one, if you really want to get the true definitions and go deep, this is the best one. The Strong's Concordance, the new Strong's expanded exhaustive concordance of the Bible, red letter edition, Hebrew and Greek dictionaries, expanded to over 600 pages. Yeah, we got to do some book work too.
Right.
James Strong. You know what I'm saying?
And now today, the reason why this is the information that we did research to give you the answers that you may need. So we have to answer all questions. So I'm gonna show you the information that I got out of those books doing research. Okay? I'm showing you where I got my information from. That's why I showed you those two books. That's why the brother Ashar showed you those two books. Okay? Now the topic is the church is Israel. Okay? That's the topic. Now, before I go into that the church of Israel is, I want to go in the meaning of the word world. Okay? Now, read that. Dictionaries of the word world. This is very important because a regular Christian, you know what I'm saying, not the Christian meaning in Acts 11:26, the Hebrewites or the Israelites, not those Christians, you know what I'm saying, the fake Christians, okay, that they would read that word and think that it means everybody, the whole entire world. You have to read context. You have to do research on meaning of words, okay? They don't know that. They just look at the word and say, oh, that's the world, the whole entire world. No, you're incorrect. And today, the man of the Lord is going to show you that. Okay, what you got for me?
Meanings of the world. Dictionaries, World General, International Standard, Bible Encyclopedia. Original words. In the King James Version, this word represents several originals as follows. Earth, the underworld.
Okay, earth, the underworld. All right, go ahead.
Lifetime, age, indefinite time,
Definite time.
fertile earth,
Fertile earth. Arats, meaning earth.
Ratazah.
Aratazah,
Which means land.
land. That's right, bro.
with frequent condemnation of the continents of time, its influences and powers
Okiman. Right.
Okimen.
inhabited earth, the world of man, considering in its area and distribution, last and most frequently, cosmos.
Cosmos. Now you're gonna pay attention to the word cosmos. Okay, go ahead.
Probably order with the suggestion of beauty, thence the material universe as the great example of such order, then the moral universe, the total system, intelligent creatures, perhaps sometimes including angels, but as a rule human beings only, that in the view of the fact of universal human failure, humanity in its simple aspect, the spirit of forces of fallen humanity regarded as
Antagonistic.
antagonistic God and to good, all round us which does not love God.
Now where you at? That's two. Start from, jump down there. 1, 2, 3. It's for you. So that's the bell. Leon, we go like that. Now, this is the meaning of different words of the word world. The word world. Go ahead.
Tabel as the original to world occurs in 35 places, of which 15 are found in Psalms and 9 in the first half of Isaiah. But liberation, it has to do with produce, fertility,
Go ahead.
but this cannot be said to come out in usage. The word actually plays nearly the same part as globe with us, denoting man's material dwelling place.
Okay, now, what's that word? Pronounce that word.
Tabel?
Tabel. Now that's, and when you look that up, that's in the Greek, right? That's the number, another, or that's Hebrew. Tabel. All right. That word world has different meanings. So that's why I'm giving you 4 examples. So when you read that Bible in the context, you're going to think it means the whole world, but it goes to different meanings. You have to have understanding of that. Okay? And a lot of the fake Christians don't have understanding on that. That's what is it? Tabel. Tabel. Okay? So that's literally meaning the globe, universe. Go ahead.
As simply as possible without moral suggestions.
Okay, now 2.
Aeon. We have indicated above specialty of aeon. It is a time with the suggestion always of extension rather than limit, so that it lends itself to phrases denoting vast if not endless extension.
So that's a time. So aeon is a period of time, a limited of time. I believe in age. Okay? Go ahead.
Such as to the aeons of aeons, rendered forever and forever, or a world without end.
Okay, so a period of time. So you might read that word world and you might say that's the whole entire world. In that context, that means a period of time. See, the Christians don't know that. The fake Christians. They don't know that. They just read that and say, oh, it's the whole globe. They're talking about the globe of Tabel. What is it? Tabel.
Aeon.
No, it's aeon in this context,
right.
but they were talking about Tabel, the universe as a whole globe.
Right.
See, you got to study, and this is basic.
Right.
But basics brings up power. Okay, go ahead.
For example, in Hebrews 1 and 2,
Give me Hebrews 1 and 2.
11 and 13.
Bring it out.
Hebrews 1 and 2. I got you. Yeah, and that's what they say. They say blue, but you know.
Right.
Yeah, that's what they say.
And actually, we say, when they say that, get them off the globe.
Yeah.
With that fake doctrine, not studying, being fed by men.
Right.
Because you all want to get along. In this day and time, it's not about your personal feeling that we want to get along. It's about the truth. It's about facts. It's about reality. This world right now, especially our people, we in a fantasy. We're not dealing with reality. Reality that we have enemies. Okay, we being fed by another man, wicked men. Okay, the children of the seed of the wicked.
That's right. It goes all the way back to the serpent.
Right.
Hebrews 1 and 1,
What
right?
was that? Hebrews 1 and 1?
1 and 2.
1 and 2. Now remember, this is Aeon. Now watch this context.
This is Hebrews chapter 1, verse 2.
Right?
Hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he had appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the worlds of.
You see that?
That's plural.
That's plural. Now what does that word world mean? Does it mean the whole globe? No, it means what? An age, a time. See?
Right.
What you got? Well,
Hebrews 11 and 13.
give me Hebrews 11 and 13.
Bring it out.
13.
Shoot it.
Hebrews 11 and 13. Hebrews 11 and 13.
Right?
These all died in faith, having not received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth.
All right. See? See how it's coinciding together? Something simple like that, you still have to study because you don't know. Okay, what's the next one?
Well, that was the scripture.
Yeah.
Should I read the rest?
How much more? All right, no, that's good on that. Wait, let me see. Jump down to read this last two part and jump down to opening number 3.
All right.
But they got the understanding of what that world means in that context. That's an age limit. That's a period of time. Go ahead.
Matthew, it refers to the deception of redemption, the present age of grace and
A present age. Go ahead.
In distinction of age, which is succeeded.
A distinction of what? Age. Periods of time. Okay? So that's what that world means. Okay, go to the next one.
Right.
3. Now look at this world. This word, that's world. What's the name of this one? Watch this.
How do you say that?
Okium.
Okium.
Right,
Word-
oikomenum.
Okimenum.
Oikomenum, something like that.
The word okimenum accusably means the Roman Empire regarded as eminently the range of settled human life.
Now check that out. It says that the word Okimen with regards to like that world was talking about a certain empire.
Right, a region.
A region. Now, let's back that up. Give me that strong Bible right there and look up the word world. No, this one. I'm sorry.
What page?
Just go to world in there. The W and then O-R-L-D, that's going to be world. And it's going to show you. It's going to link up to now. This world in here is talking about a certain, it could be linked to the Roman Empire. What did you say again?
A region of settled human life.
A region of settled human life. So you could live at a certain time in that region of certain human life. Let's say, for example, at one time we lived in the Babylonian Empire. That world could be talking about the world at that time, which would be the world of the Babylonian Empire. You have to understand the context.
Okay, world right here.
Okay, and now, you got it? Yup. That's it, brother.
Okay, world. This is page 609. Okay, the word world. Number 1, universe. John 1:10.
All right. See?
Right. Number 2, human race. Psalms 9:8, Psalms 96:13,
Right.
Acts 17:31.
Right.
Number 3, unregenerate humanity. John 15:18, 1 John 2:15.
Right.
Number 4, Roman Empire.
Read that again. Okumon.
Right. Ocumen occasionally means the Roman Empire, regarded as a eminently the region of settled human life.
Now, let me ask y'all this. Would it be fair to say that I could say the world of Israel?
Yeah. Yeah, because there's different worlds. You got Disney World. You got the sports world. You got the music world. You got the rap world. You got the rock world. You know what I'm saying?
Jurassic World.
You got the Jurassic.
You
Yeah,
got
no, you're
SeaWorld.
right. You got the Jurassic world.
You got the drug world.
You got the drug world.
You got the prostitution world.
Right. You got the crack world. You got the weed world.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? World could be different definitions. That
What is your-
world.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That world could be one specific thing. It doesn't have to be literally everything. It could be one specific thing. Like Disney World. You know what I mean? Like Water World. Grass World. You know what I'm saying? They show you that in these video games too. Have you ever played Super Mario? Well, they got World 1, they got World 2, they got World 3. They got the Mushroom Kingdom. They got the Ice Kingdom. You see? Different things.
We living in the white man's world right now. Wickedness.
Right.
Right.
Wickedness.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. The white man's world.
Which is, that's spiritual because, which is what? Rome.
Rome, yep.
We living in the times of the world of Rome all over again because this system is built off of Rome.
Built off of Rome.
And then it goes back to the 3 unclean spirits.
Yep.
Right, go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
You said, well, basically what it's trying to say that history repeats itself.
That's right. Ain't nothing new under the sun,
Yeah,
baby.
nothing new.
Ain't nothing new.
And where did it start? I always say this. It started from the Vatican.
Vatican.
Right.
That's Rome. All right.
So now, go back to that. When you look, it was you look at the Roman world, right?
Right.
Now, check this out. When you looked up the Roman world, what's the scripture that goes with that?
Luke 2:1.
Give me Luke 2:1.
Yep. Got you. And that was during the time when Yahushua was born.
Yeah. So that was the world of what? If you want to be, if we seeing these breakdowns of worlds, if that was the world of the New Testament, I mean, the world of what?
The world of the prophets.
the world
the world
of
of
the
Psalms.
Right.
You know.
Now watch this. The world.
This is Luke chapter 2, verse 1. And it came to pass in those days that they went out with a decree from Caesar Augustus. Now, Caesar Augustus, he was a Caesar in the Roman Empire. Because remember, now this is, I'm not going to go into the breakdown, but when you read 2nd Ezra 11 and 12 about the 12 feathers, that's going into the 12 Caesars. The first one was Julius Caesar. The second one was Caesar Augustus. So that, that's history right there, you know what I'm saying?
But wait a minute. Now, since you said that, but check this out. They were all family, wasn't it? Wasn't all those Caesars kind of related to each other?
Well, they were Edomites.
They were Edomites. Well, okay, they were Edomites,
They were
right?
Edomites. Now you had 3 dynasties. You had the Judeo-Clubbian dynasty, where the first 6 was related to each other.
Right.
And then you had the year of the 4 emperors, which Titus was part of that. And then the Flavian dynasty, which they was related, Titus, Vespasian, and Domitian.
Yeah, they were brothers. That was the Flavians dynasty, the Flavians. But what I'm saying is, all of those were part of the Roman Empire during that time.
Right.
So that was a whole world consistent as a Roman Empire. That's why I gave you Luke. And that's why I bring, what is that, Okiman. So when you read that, you would think that it was talking about just the world the entire world without doing research, but that's talking about the Pacific world, the Roman Empire world at that particular time in that context. So you have to labor in this word to find out understanding. Okay? Go ahead. That's it on that?
That was it. No, this more. Caesar Augustus. That's all the world. All the world should be taxed. So where you think taxes come? Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Bro.
Where you think taxes come from? That came from the Roman Empire.
So where we living at?
The Rome. Why you think you pay taxes? Why you think in America you got to pay taxes? Why? Because they're going by what Rome did back then.
That's right. And we read that from the top again. The key word, he said a decree.
Yep.
A decree, meaning everybody in that world at that time, and that stated in that time, had to pay these taxes. Everybody. Okay? And now to this day, we still have to pay taxes. Try not paying your taxes if you don't want. You have to find yourself locked up. Ask Wesley Snipes. So you niggas that saying you free and you got liberty, you got a good job, and you doing this and that, you're not free. That's not liberty. Because if you're free, you wouldn't have to pay this devil taxes, and you can't even barely to pay your rent or keep your lights or even eat. That's not liberty.
And you don't own your house.
You don't own your house.
You don't own the house. You still got to pay taxes off of that.
That's
What
right.
happens if you don't pay your taxes in the house? Foreclosure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right about that.
That's why there's a thing called mortgage.
Yeah.
If you break down the word mortgage, it means death note.
Yeah.
Yeah, it means like death note. Like if you look up the definition, mortgage, it's like the root word. It means like death note, something to that effect.
And then, yeah. And
I looked it up too.
No, that's real. I believe you on that.
Yeah.
And but you know how I know he's telling the truth on that? To collaborate to add a spiritual block to him? Because if you die and that house is paid off, and you think, oh, I own the house, it's paid off, right? And I die, and this is my son, and he's going to take over the house. But you know he has to pay it's supposed to be in a family, right? So if I die and he's the next one up, he should have to pay. It should just be given to him. You have to pay a fee. He has to pay a taxable fee for him to take over in that house.
It's crazy.
It's supposed to be just given to me in my next family as an inheritance. He has to pay something on that for getting that. This white man, this devil, and these nations have so many trickery for us to fail. That's why we don't live in a place that's liberty. You don't really have freedom. You don't have nothing. You just working and working. When you die, it's gone. They rebuild it up. They paint it. You know what I'm saying? Cut the grass, make it look noticeable, put it back on the market for the next person.
That's it.
That's not liberty.
It's all a hustle to them.
Right. It's all a hustle.
That's right. Luke 2:1 again. And it came to pass in those days that they went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed.
All the world of the Romans at that time. Right. So what's up? What you got next?
We'll read the last part. And other apocalyptic passages in Hebrew, it is used mystically of the empire of the Messiah.
Now, that's two folds too, because it could be also as the kingdom of heaven, which is the empire of Yahushua. Okay? So that's two folds. So you got to understand what that term means. And you got to study. There's three things. You got to have this book. You got to have this book. This is the first one to get understanding. To keep in your archive, to have understanding, my bad. To have understanding, okay, as the brother showed you. You got to have this book.
Yeah.
Okay, this is for beginners to learn. Okay? Compact. This is a special edition, but you got to do research on this one. All right? And then you got to have the blue letter, and you got to have a pen and a piece of paper. Simple. Okay? The blue letter goes off a little bit, and we're going to later on show you that too.
It's not rocket science, right?
Yeah, it's not rocket science. But also, before all those books, what's the number one thing before all those books?
The scriptures.
Pray. Right. Pray.
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 Pray, and if you got to fast too.
Yeah, that's right. Because you have to pray to the Most High for Him to guide you, to be enlightened. You could read that and go over it 1,000 times, and you might not even get the understanding, because He didn't open up He didn't open up that light. He didn't open up that tunnel. Remember, it's the Most High program. It's up to Him to give you that gift to open it up. Then you will read it and be like, oh, I got it. That's why some men can get certain things that other men can't. And that lets you know that every one man or one camp don't have the 100% truth. Think about that. It's impossible. Every man don't have 100% truth. Because sometimes, like today, I might get something and he might get a better understanding on something than I have. And I might say, I don't agree with that because it didn't incline to me yet. But then maybe 2 weeks, a year down the line, I might get it. And that's why when Usher says too, never read a man off. Never read him off. Because remember, you didn't know this knowledge in the beginning until it took time for the Most High to say, I'm going to open your light. I'm going to open the light in your mind. I'm going to give you this so you can understand it. Now you say, I'm an Israelite. Now today we say we Israelites. But you can't knock another man from not getting that because it may take in time. Be patient because the Lord was patient with you. What you got for me?
For cosmos, we have remarked above on cosmos with its curious and suggestive history of meaning.
Right.
It may be enough here to add that the history prepares us to find its reference varying by subtle transitions, even in the same passage. See John 1 and 10.
Right?
Where the world appears first to denote earth and man simply as the creation of the world.
Now watch this. Pay attention. This is the book, the blue letter that so many men go by. You know what I'm saying? And they think the answer's always in that blue letter. Go ahead, read this. Read it.
And then mankind as sinfully alienated from their creator, we are not surprised accordingly to read one on the one hand that God loved the world, John 3:16.
Wait! Read that little key part right there. Go ahead and read that again.
We are not surprised accordingly to read on the one hand that God loved the world, John 3:16.
Right?
And on the other, that Christian must not love the world. 1 John 2:15. The reader will find the context a sure clue in all cases, and the study will pregnate this instruction.
All right, now, name the 4 ones, don't read the whole thing. Name the 4 ones of the world that we gave you. Because when he just read that last one, it told you about John 3:16, but it didn't give you the context to let you know the real understanding of what John 3:16 was talking about. Only thing they gave you, it was that the world. And this is in the blue letter. So now you have to go deeper than that. Praying, and you got to go to the strong concordance. Now we're going to show you something how even the blue letter, which is a famous book of getting understanding of doing research, went off. Read the 4 titles. Go ahead. Tabel is one world. Aeon. Okymen. Third.
And Cosmos.
And Cosmos. You have 4 different meanings of the word world. That's it on that. All right? Now, we're going to go. I'm going to need you to get that strong concordance, brother.
Yep.
Yeah.
Strong concordance.
Now, here we go. Now, what we're going to go at is, I'm going to show you something. Remember we was talking about John 3:16.
Right.
Now, from now on, brothers, when y'all hear this word, when y'all go come across John 3:16, just to tell a Christian that don't know, John 3:16 is the world of Israel, the church of Israel. That's all you have to say, and then you prove it and you cut them. That world in John 3:16 is talking about the church of Israel.
A particular people.
Yup, the church of Israel. And now we're gonna link that to what the brother was saying when he read in the blue letter about they just read the world as a whole. We're gonna show you that in John 3:16, that world is talking about the church of Israel. Now give me in the strong concordance in the Greek 2889.
2889.
Now what I have here is that the research, so I'm going to show you through here, but there's so much to look into that. You know what I'm saying? So what I want to do is show you through here. Okay? So the first in the Greek is,
Peace.
all right, peace, man.
Shalom.
All right, have a good weekend, man. Give me Acts 7:38. 7:38 to 44. Okay, so you got 2889 in the Greek.
World 2889. Is it right here?
No, it was just, you just go into the Greek. You go, see, it's Hebrew, it shows you, and then you got the Greek.
Oh,
So you just look up 2089, like this would be the number.
2889.
Yeah, so like here, you see this is 2772, and then you go down to 2889. You got it? Yeah, you got it?
Yep.
All right, calm. Wow. Now read that. Just
Yo, the page is 144.
Okay, so do it like that. Okay.
That page, yeah, the page is
Oh, okay. You talking about the left?
Yeah.
144,000.
144. That's the spirit. We're reading from the 144th page. All praises to Yahweh.
All praises to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh
Yahushua. God. Yeah, I just wanted to bring that out.
That's beautiful. Now with this, just get to the points. Don't read the whole thing. Just the dark spots. That's I
Highlighted.
that I got the marker.
Okay.
All right.
This is page 144, the Greek Dictionary of the New Testament and the Strong's Concordance.
Right.
This is Strong's G 2889.
Right.
Cosmos. Probably from the base of 2865. Orderly, an arrangement, decoration, implication, the world in a wide or narrow sense.
World in a wide or narrow sense. Now go ahead.
I'm gonna skip to where it's highlighted.
Right.
It came to mean anyone not of the ecclesia.
It came to mean anyone from not of the ecclesia. Now you broke that down the other weekend. What is the ecclesia? Go ahead.
Ecclesia means to call out.
Right.
Called out, which is what? The church.
Right. Now it says in that context, anyone that is not of the ecclesia. All right, that's what that says in it. All right, so check this out. Go ahead.
It says cosmos, primarily order, arrangement, ornament, or adornment is used to denote. Go down to 4.
What's it say right here? That's it on that.
Yeah, that's it on that.
Okay, but you know what? But it led you to another one. It led you to.
From the base of 2865.
Here it is. Now go to the base of 2865. Now you're going into deeper into the root of the word.
Okay, 2865.
Right?
Which is komizo.
Komizo. Go ahead.
Komizo. Now this is page 142 of the Greek Dictionary of the New Testament of the Strong's Concordance. Now, the base of cosmos is Strong's G 2865, komizo. Komizo, from a primary komio to 10, take care of, prop, to provide for, by implication to carry off, as if from harm, generally obtain, bring, receive. Now I'm going to skip down to where it's highlighted. 2A. To receive, for ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of God, ye might receive komizo, the promise.
Okay, now what people, give me Deuteronomy 87 and 6 and then go back to the Acts. Pause on that. What people was promised the promise, was given the promise. Okay? Deuteronomy 7 and 6 is going to tell you because they was given the laws from the Old Testament and in the New Testament. That never changed. And see, that's what the Christians don't understand, that it never changed. Now they think that it's for the whole world. But we just first read anyone that is not of the ecclesia. Ek is what? Out of. Ecclesia is a calling. calling out of what? Of this world. And they're calling them into what? They would be of the elect. People that's God called, that the Most High is dealing with, who knows the Lord's statute and commandments. That's who the Most High is dealing with. Go ahead, what you got?
And that's where they get the word in Spanish, iglesia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because iglesia, that sounds similar to iglesia, right?
Right.
Because Spanish is from the Greek.
Right.
Which those languages like English, Spanish, French, they come from the Latin, and before the Latin you had the Greek. So really, technically, it all comes from the Greek.
That's right.
So languages either come from two languages. Either it comes from the Greek or originally came from Hebrew. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yep.
Look at what you got real quick. Hold on to that. This going to back you up.
Deuteronomy 7:6.
Uh-huh.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
A special is a personal. That's personal up close. That's a personal relationship. Now, do everybody has a personal relationship with your wife?
Nope.
They shouldn't,
They shouldn't.
unless she's a whore. You should have a personal relationship only with your wife. That's why the Most High said, I will bind y'all together. That's an up close personal relationship. And the reason why it goes deep, because you and your wife make love together, right? Not your wife, you, your cousin, your brother, and her father and her mother. Just you. That's intimacy. All right? Up personal and close.
That's right.
That's what the Lord is saying in that scripture. Read that.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So it's a lot of people in the world. I take these two people and put them above all the people upon the face of the earth. Aratazah. Made them the greatest people in the earth as long as they keep those commandments. That's a personal possession. That's a personal statement. Okay? You can't get around that. Forget how your feelings is. Forget how you would want everybody to be ebony and ivory, but that's not what that says. I took you and made you to be above all other people on the face of the earth. But you say to yourself, why Jonathan can't come? Why Lisa can't come? Why the heathens can't come? That's what you say. That's it on that?
That's it.
All right, now go back to that.
Okay. On 2A, 2865. To receive. For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of God, ye might receive comiso, the promise. 2B.
Who was supposed to do the will of God to get the promise? That was given to the
The Most High's chosen people.
yeah, through Moses when he was given on Mount Sinai, when he gave them commandments. He said to them, he didn't say to the whole world. All right? Go ahead.
2B. To receive back, recover.
To receive back. So right now we need to receive back. Receive back what? The blessings, the promises.
Yep. Our nationality.
Liberty.
Yep. Thou orders therefore to have put my money to the exchangers than at my coming.
That's it on that. Oh, you got a little more? Let me see.
Nah, that's
All right, now give me 1577.
15 over Ecclesia, right?
Yup, 1577. Remember, this is talking about this world that I gave you 4 definitions of the world. Then we read the blue letter, but the blue letter didn't go into the detail. It made it seem like the whole entire world. So now we're doing more research to give you that that world in John 3:16 is the church of Israel, and it's always been, and it always will.
Got it out.
Give me it.
This is page 81,
Uh-huh.
the Greek dictionary of the New Testament, from the Strong's Concordance. Now, Strong's G, 1577. Ecclesia, which is from a compound 1537, and derived from 2564, a calling out,
Uh-oh.
a popular meeting, especially a religious congregation, Jewish synagogue, or Christian community, members on earth, or saints in heaven,
on saints.
or
Brother, who are the saints according to the Bible? Can you know what that scripture had?
I got
The
you.
scriptures tells you that only the saints is who?
144,000 elect. So
Out of these people is the saints. You are blessed. You are blessed. You know what I'm saying? The Most High come for you. Why y'all don't get that?
I got 2 scriptures.
Called you out, baby.
I got 2 scriptures to prove that.
Now the brother gonna give you 2 scriptures. I can't control what the brother gives out. I can't control what the Lord, the word of the Lord through the scriptures, because it is what He say. Let's say I do want to save the nations, but I have to go according to the Most High what He say. Let's see what He says.
This is Psalms.
Give me that.
This is a song from Asaph, okay? This is Psalms chapter 50, verse 1. The mighty God, even the Lord Yahweh, has spoken and called the earth from the rising of the sun unto the going down thereof. See, that proves that the sun moves.
Right.
Out of Zion, the perfection of beauty, God had shined. Our God shall come and shall not keep silence. A fire shall devour before him, and it shall be very tempestuous round about him. He shall call to the heavens from above, and to the earth, that he may judge his people.
Hey,
Verse 5, gather my saints together unto me, those that had made a covenant with me by sacrifice, and the heavens shall declare his righteousness. Hear his righteousness, for God is judge himself, Salah. Verse 7, here's the point. Hear, O my people, and I will speak, O Israel.
oh, that made it a personal possession. That made it straight towards one. You can't get that confused talking about the whole world. It tells you that. It tells you who. I'm talking to you. Not Johnny, not Billy. You don't see it to Israel. Not to a Baptist guy, not to a Pentecostal guy, not to a Catholic guy. I'm talking to Israel.
O Israel, and I will testify against thee, I am God, even thy God, thy power.
Hey, hey,
And another precept is Psalms, we all know this one, Psalms 148. Psalms 148.
Bring it out.
Bring it out, brother.
This is Psalms, chapter 148, verse 13. Let them praise the name of the Lord, Yahweh.
Hey,
For his name alone is excellent. His glory is above the earth and heaven. He also exalted the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints.
Hey, all his saints. Okay? And Yah for short was what? For Yahweh. All right? So that's why when I say, hey, we praising Yahweh, it's just short for the Yah. And that's why you know that the Native American, so-called Native American, was worshiping Yahweh Bashem Yahweh until some of them started going off and worshiping the great big bear.
Right. Worshiping the eagle.
The totem pose.
So the total pose, yeah.
Real quick. And it says, even, I'm going to read it again. He also exalted the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even of the children of Israel, of people near unto him, praise ye the Lord. That's the saints. That's the ecclesia, Israelites, man.
That's the church of Israel. That's the world in that John 3:16. It's talking about the church of Israel, which is symbolic to the world. John 3:16 is the world, but it really stands for the church of Israel. Okay, now we're hitting a lot of stuff here. Okay, now give me 1537.
1537.
Same book. But before you go in that, hold that. Give me that axe real quick so we can just lock it and put it in, blend it in all together.
This part 2, you want me to go down?
You think it's
Yeah, that's good.
okay? Yeah. Now that you see it, if you feel like certain parts I highlight, you see extra information that to bring it out, just take it, do what you got to do. All I'm doing is showing them to look it up for themselves once they have this book. You know what I'm saying? That's why we're giving you the numbers. Bring that out, brother.
7 and 38, right?
7 and Acts 7:38
Alright, Acts 7 and 38.
to 44.
This is he.
Okay, con. All right. Go ahead. Start from the top.
This is he that was in the church in the wilderness with the angel which spake to him in the Mount Sinai, and with our fathers who received the lively oracles to give unto us.
Oracles to give unto us. Now I want you to pay attention to that because I want you to pay attention to the wilderness, okay? And I want you to pay attention to the wilderness because down the line, we go to the Old Testament from the very beginning. We're going to show you that those churches and those tents and stuff like that goes back to what? Israel, assembly. People coming together, but Israel coming together, not the whole world. Particular people who first got the oracles of God, and the promise never changed. If you make a promise to somebody, you can't come back later and say, I'll change that now. Now, the only thing the promise that did change, Salaki, maybe change that. The promise did change, but it became even better than the first promise.
The new covenant.
The new covenant.
The laws in our inward parts.
Right. Give me what you got, brother.
To whom our fathers would not obey, but thrust him from them, and in their hearts turned back again into Egypt, saying unto Aaron, make us gods to go before us, for as for